Hello, everybody. Olivia here. We're so excited because today my hair is a bit cuckoo, but today we are going to be chatting with one of our amazing Fresh Starts experts, Una Metz, who is a therapist. She works with women who are going through divorce, and she's writing a book about divorce, which we're going to talk about today. Here she is. I'm so happy she's here. Let me make sure that we get her in here, because it is a little tricky sometimes. Let's see, we're going to accept her here. Sometimes it takes a few tries. We will see what happens. Let's see. Come on. Let's go, Instagram. Let's see. Una, I see you're there. Let's give it a second. Instagram, sometimes it's very fickle here. Let's see. Make sure. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Come on, Instagram. Una, it says you're unable to join. Maybe go out and come back in, Una. And we'll see if that works. I hope everybody's having a good, what is this, Wednesday? Today's actually my wedding anniversary, June 26th. My kids are home, yelling in the other room, so life is good. Everything is going as it should. The only thing we can do here is make sure that Instagram works. Let's see. Let's see. Is it working? There we go. Hello, Una. Instagram is the bane of my existence. So I'm so
sorry about that. It kept saying I couldn't join.
You're all good. You're all good. I'm so happy you're here. So for everybody listening, this is Una Metz. She's a therapist. She works with women who are going through divorce and people going through divorce, and she's writing a book about divorce, which we're going to talk about today. And she's one of our amazing experts. We're so happy she's part of Fresh Start. So Una, to get started, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and where you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing I'd like to say is that I'm a Fresh Starts expert, and it's been so fun to join your team. So it's such a great organization, people supporting each other. So it feels great.
Well,
in addition, good. In addition to being a Fresh Starts expert, I'm also a therapist, a speaker, and a writer. My office is right outside of Boston, and I primarily work with women who are navigating divorce. I've been running 3 weekly support groups for women navigating divorce for the past 13, 14 years.
Wow.
And I've learned so much, and it's just really such a pleasure to see women make such an incredible transformation through the period of divorce.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today, because I was thinking about our live, and I was thinking about that transitional period that women especially go through with divorce. And I have so many people, let's just take my friends, for example, they'll text you or they'll reach out to a therapist with I'm scared, I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. And then to watch that progression into who they become, it gives me chills. It's just, it's so beautiful. So I'm sure you've seen hundreds and hundreds of women, liberate themselves. So
hundreds.
That being said, can you tell us about this book you're writing and how it has evolved from the work you do?
Absolutely. Well, I've been working with women navigating divorce for such a long time, and there's so many things that I notice I say over and over again that are really helpful. Yeah. And meanwhile, here's something that's unbelievable, right? There's not a current book for women by a therapist about the emotional journey of divorce. Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
So when somebody comes to my office with any other issue, I have a book. I have a huge bookcase behind me. I have a book for every issue, for anxiety, for trauma, for narcissism, for everything. And then when they ask me for a book on divorce, I'm like, well, there's Crazy Time. It was written in 1992,
Right.
And so finally I decided I need to write this book. it's all in my head. All I need to do,
Yeah.
all I need to do
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
get it from my head onto the paper.
Yep.
So I ended up getting an agent. I've got a publisher. It's going to be published by Gallery
Amazing.
Books, a Simon and Schuster imprint. And unfortunately, it's not going to be out till January of 2026. So everybody hold
It
on,
gives us a
but
lot
it's
of
coming.
time. It gives us time to
It's
prepare. It gives
it's
us time to
coming.
promote you. It's
Yeah, yeah,
coming.
yeah.
You know, and it is. It's so necessary. And that's how we felt with Fresh Starts. We were like, why is there not one place
Right.
that you can go get all this information and the experts and things? You know, the book is, we're excited about it. It is so necessary. We're excited to like give it to everybody we know. And, you know, sometimes therapy is, you know, out of reach for people financially, or they're not ready,
Absolutely.
right? They're just not. I remember like I wasn't ready for therapy. So to have a book that you can give to a friend or a sister
Yeah.
or whatever, and you can say, here,
Yeah.
just, you know, dip your toe in the water here a little bit. And so we're so excited for that. So if people are listening to this and they would like to work with you, how do you work with people?
I see people individually. I see people in my groups, and happy to do a consultation. I mean, the best way to reach me, I've got lots and lots of resources on my website as well. So the best way really to reach me is through my website, which is unametz.com. It's ONAMETZ.com.
Amazing.
And find lots of articles on there and other resources too.
And your groups are in person?
They are. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. At this point, they all are. But I have resources for people if they are looking for online
Yep.
groups. I'm happy to refer people there too.
Well,
So,
it is so isolating to go through a divorce, and so that you are, you know, holding a place for people to come and just be seen and heard and watch that transformation, you know,
yes.
especially like with other people around you who are going through the same thing, must be like really truly magical, like to see these women come out into like step into a whole new world.
It's so inspiring. And I have to say, I can't tell you the number of women who the first time in my office they say, the worst thing in my whole life has just
Yeah.
happened. I'm going through a divorce. And by the end, by the time they leave the group, they're like, you know what? This is actually the best thing that could
Mm-hmm.
have happened to me. And they never, ever would have thought that in the beginning, but the transformation is remarkable. And
Yeah.
the other thing I just want to say, Olivia, like, what you were saying about how isolating it is, you know, so many women say to me, how is it possible that nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce? And I don't know anyone going
Yeah.
through it. And as well-meaning and loving as your sister, your friends can be, if they're not going through a divorce, they just don't get it in the same way.
No.
And so being able to come to a support group or read my book when it's out,
Yeah.
you know, and see that like your feelings are totally normal. What you're going through is
Yeah.
normal, you know?
I was
Um,
gonna say the same thing, Una. I was literally gonna say the same thing. It's wild to me the amount of women that come to me and they're like, I had nobody else to talk to.
right,
I don't know, and I'm like, I just met you on Instagram, right? Like,
right.
which I love talking to women, and my DMs are always open, but it's
Mhm.
like they have nobody else in their life that they can
No,
talk to, and
I
it's
know.
like if you're not doing the work and we're not doing the work, then it's like it's incredibly isolating for these people. So if anybody is listening, and this will be obviously on our Instagram, so you can take a replay there, go give Una a follow. Stay tuned to everything she's doing because she has some great stuff. And yes, you have done some beautiful writing about all of this, and you have wonderful resources. So I highly recommend checking Una out. And of course, you can find her at Fresh Starts Registry in the Expert Guide. She has a wonderful episode of 5 Fresh Tips, which we will share about how to talk to your children about divorce, which I think is like the #1 question we tend to get over
Yeah,
here. Like,
I
how do
know.
you tell your children about divorce? Una, we appreciate you so much. Keep doing the good work because you're changing the world one woman at a time, and we just appreciate you.
I appreciate you
Thank
and
you so
Jackie.
much, Una.
All
Thank you,
right.
everybody, for being here. Thanks.
Bye-bye.